Yo, everybody, what's up? I'm Antoine, your host of Life on the Court podcast. Welcome back to the show, and thank you for joining. As you know, this show, Life on the Court, is for to give you tips, tools, and strategies to help you with life in your court. So today's episode, we're going to talk about goals to achieve, goals to set, how we can be a high achiever, right? So the secrets to it, the psychology behind being a high achiever, a goal setter, a goal achiever, and a lot of that is like this process that you have to be in. You always have to be in that process of becoming a better version of yourself. Always trying to outdo yourself. Once you set that goal, achieve it, then setting another one, achieving that, and so on and so forth. Like being in that process of constantly becoming better, right? That is going to help you be a high achiever. You have to be, number one, committed to doing that. Number two, you got to be disciplined. And three, you got to be consistent with doing those things. Like call that the real CDC. CDC that you truly, truly can count on. Again, I'll say it. Commitment, discipline, and consistency. So the problem with us sometimes is we think that we have the time. The only time that you have is the time that you procrastinate. You have time to procrastinate. And let's talk about procrastination. Procrastination is, I like to say, the death of potential. I'll say it again. Procrastination is the death of potential. Because time waits for nobody. And when it comes to achieving these things, you got to think about now. The only time you have is now. If you've heard me talk, you've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. Time is now. No opportunity wasted. Because you got to think, if not now, then when? If not now, then when? If not me, then who? Because it's your goals that you're trying to achieve. You can't have someone achieve your goals for them. Speaking of, I heard someone say the other day, no, had a conversation with someone a couple weeks ago, and they had the nerve to say that somebody like stole their dream or stole what they were trying to do. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I had to just kind of like put the fake hand and like, wait, pause, like time out. No one can steal. Well, that was something that I wanted to do. Well, you procrastinated, you put it off, and someone else did it. It's like nothing news under the sun. These visions, different people comes up, different visions come to different people. And maybe your vision was similar to theirs, and they executed it. And we talk about execution and doing things now. You got to live with the mindset of the Latin word is carpe diem, which is seize the day. All right, you can't be that person that's saying, "Oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month, or even next year." What happens that those things they don't get done. Again, we're talking about goal achieving, goal setting, goal achieving, and being a high achiever. You can't do it by putting it off. Anything that you want to do, get in the mindset that you're going to do it now. Like we all know, just do it. Because there is no overnight success. There's work, hard work, smart work, whatever. Those are both types of work. So you got to do it now. And to those goals, those dreams that you're trying to accomplish, you got that 10,000 hour rule, which translates into every single day. You should be doing something towards that dream, that goal, to be able to get to mastery, to be able to get to the things that you truly want to get to. You got to ask yourself, am I willing to do this? So I'll ask you, are you willing to put in the time? Are you willing to put in the work, whether it's smart or hard work? All right, because you gotta, at the end of the day, the only person you answer to is yourself. And you are the person that looks back at you and just your reflection looks back and say, I either got it done, I can be proud, or I got more work to do. You kind of failed yourself. Okay, so you want to think, how bad do I really want to achieve this goal? How bad do I really want to live out my purpose? That people talk about that. But if you're really ready to become a high achiever, goal setter, goal achiever, being the greatest version of yourself, then you're going to commit to doing this. You're going to be disciplined enough not to get distracted. You're going to be disciplined enough to get focused and stay focused. And then you're going to be consistent enough to do it day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year, because you have to put some deposits in. You have to. You got to put some deposits in what you're trying to get to, because at some point, it maybe you may have to take a day off, and that day off is just a withdrawal day. Withdraw, take a step back, but you've had all these deposits of this commitment, this discipline, this consistency of your system of success, that you're able to do that. Okay, but when talking about high achievers, those people are typically the greatest, or constantly the greatest version of themselves. They're financially wealthy and they're mentally healthy. Right? So because, like I said again, there is no overnight success. And whatever it is that you're trying to do, make sure that you love what you do. That's also another the psychology behind high achievers. They love what they do. I love what I do. Every single week I can get on this camera, talk to you, give you tips, tools, and strategies on how to deal with life in your court. Or I can have guests on. Just go through their journey, break down their story that could inspire you to do more with life in your court as well. And if we're honest, there are a lot of people who just want the trophy, but don't want to run the race. I'll say that again. There are a lot of people who wants the trophy, but they don't want to run a race. They want to hang out at the finish line, not understanding that life is a marathon, not a sprint, right? And you don't want to hang out or be involved with people who just wants to hang out at the finish line. You got to put yourself in position to learn daily. And once you realize that every day there isn't a shortcut, you will be better off. Are there things in life that we can get fast? Absolutely. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Amazon Prime. Yeah, we can get those things fast. But those businesses, they're able to do that because they have a system. And in some way, shape, or form, they were able to be consistent. They were able to be committed to what they wanted to do, disciplined in doing it, and consistent. Okay, so as I'm going through these levels, these notes, I just You want to learn from someone that's where you want to be. Maybe somebody is at a next level, because we all know there's levels to this, levels to success. Maybe someone has something that, or is at a place that you want to be at, but you can learn from them. You can learn from them. And because you want to use the world as your library, you want to increase your knowledge daily. One of the great things that you can do by doing that is obviously talking to people, being around people, but your experiences. Do you travel? It's hard to gain a ton of knowledge by being stuck in the same city, by not venturing out to another state, if you are just surrounded by the people that look like you. Because the world's not like that. You got to get out and experience other cultures. I really feel that way. They're like so saying, so many ways to skin a cat. So many ways, levels to get to success. There's so many people that are doing it in different cultures that you can learn from, right? Get out and travel. Get out and experience other cities, other states, other countries, other regions of your own country that may do things a little bit differently. So that, and not just experiencing, but really maybe diving a little deep into it, is a way that you can become a high achiever, a goal setter, and achiever. Okay. One of the things is, like I said, focus. Focus, focus, focus. And I'm going to repeat what I said earlier, because a lack of focus is the death of all potential. First I said potential, but it's of all potential. So you got to focus. And here's something that, because when you're not focused, that means you're distracted. And here's something recently that I learned about distractions. Distractions, you can't focus on those either. Why? Because you're doing multiple distractions at once. Maybe at one time, you're watching Netflix, you're texting, you're scrolling, you're swiping up to go to social media, to swipe back, to check whether it's Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, listening to music in the background, all while watching Netflix. Some people do it, and it's a distraction. So if you can't even focus on one distraction, I think it makes sense just to try harder to just focus on one thing. Maybe it's writing that book. That's what I'm doing right now. Currently writing a book. It is not easy. Yes, it is hard to focus in on do that. Do I get writer's block? Absolutely. Sometimes I have to step away. Absolutely. But that's what it takes. But I am committed to writing this book. I am disciplined to write this book, and I am doing something every single day, consistent, so that I can get this book written and published. So you have to have a passion for now. If you don't have a passion for now, then you will continue to put off the things that you said that you wanted to do, the things that you said that you're going to do. Nobody really cares about it. Just do it. Just get it done. Because I can tell you one thing about myself. I will distance myself from people who I hear the same stories over and over again, how I was going to do this, I was going to do that, and they don't have that execution mindset. Maybe they've set the goals, right? Cool. But next is achieving them. But you have to have an execution mindset to be able to achieve those goals. You got to do something today that your future self will thank you for. And let's think about science, right? For a second. Remember the day you plant that seed is not the same day you get the harvest. The day you plant the seed is not the same day you plant the heart that you um able to enjoy the harvest. Doesn't work out that way. But you also, with being a goal achiever and a high achiever in life, you get to forecast, you get to plan ahead 5, 10, 15, 20 years ahead, which will really help you in your pursuit of getting there, because you don't want to let yourself down. You want to put yourself in position to, once you achieve one goal, you continue to move things forward. Because we live in a world where so many people want to do it fast and easy. But the high achievers like myself, we want it slow and we want it sustainable, right? I have been building my business from the ground up, laying the foundation brick by brick and trying to lay it as neatly and perfect each brick as I build. Do you have setbacks? Absolutely. In construction, are there setbacks? Yes, there are rain days that happen. There are days that are cold, but you're unable to get the work done. Same thing with me as I'm growing this business. However, it is growing into something that is beautiful and is going to be sustainable for 10, 20, 30 years to come. Because anything in life that's worth having just doesn't come easy. It just doesn't. Like, this by far has been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because there's not a lot of sleep and it's not for the faint of heart. And I've been taking losses like crazy, but I have goals that I've set. I've had goals that I've achieved, and that keeps me going. And I have the mindset to execute. Looking at myself again as an alchemist. There are negative problems that I turn into positive. And I invest in my health. I have invested in my health because I truly believe that health is wealth. I can't, and part of that, because if I'm not eating the right things, I feel like I'm not thinking the right way. Are you eating the right things? Maybe that clouds your vision. Maybe that clouds your thinking. Maybe you want to change things differently. Like, I got a friend right now who's been on this journey of, dieting and losing weight and doing a great job. But it has taken the intentionality. They've doing it with intention to lose their weight, to eat healthy, to train their body to eat from a certain time to a certain time, having that water intake. But they have been consistent. They have been committed to that. Once they said it, committed to it, they've been disciplined with it and have been consistent. Yes, have there been times where they wanted to have a cheat day? Maybe they did, but maybe felt bad about it, or saw that a cheat day, this probably wasn't the best time for right now, but you figure it out on the way. So goals to set, goals to achieve, being a high achiever. That person is a high achiever, probably is thinking beyond, thinking as clear as day right now. But I do want to tell you guys something. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, wherever you're trying to go in life, you are good enough and you are enough. I truly believe that you're good enough and you are enough. So you gotta not give up. You gotta put yourself, or practice perseverance. Go the extra mile. Count your blessings more than you count your problems. I'm gonna say that again. Count your blessings more than you count your problems. Because you owe it to yourself to follow your heart. Live the life that you truly want to live. But you're not going to do that if you keep procrastinating. You're not going to do that if you keep blaming other people. You're not going to do that just by sitting around waiting for things to happen. You got to make things happen. You have to make things happen. Absolutely. And when you know you've become a high achiever, you start to take the calculated risk. If you're always playing it safe in that safe zone, then you stay in comfort in that comfort zone. And I like to tell people you have to get comfortable. If you're going to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that is when the growth happens, when you're uncomfortable. It's not going to happen when you stand in your comfort zone and you're playing it safe all the time. But like I said, when you become a higher achiever, you start to take those calculated risks. So focus on what matters most. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you focus on what matters most. For me, it's love, it's my health, and my happiness. So that's all I have for you today on this week's episode of Life on the Court podcast. Again, be committed, be disciplined, be consistent, okay? The real CDC. The CDC that you can count on, okay? So for more episodes on Life on the Court podcast, please visit us on YouTube, where you can watch me. You can listen to me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.